before you remove your conditions, put it back. So you have an inspection period, and in your inspection period, you have the buyer's response, right?
Normally they tell me before I do the contract that I can't assign it. This one, they actually countered with taking the assignment out of it. And they were like a non-negotiable on it. So of course I agreed, but the price that I got it at, I don't have that full flexibility for double transactional funding plus paying closing costs. So any suggestions? I mean, I'm going to market it, see what I can get. But if I do find a buyer and let's say the spread isn't that great, any suggestions on how I can combat that?
Yeah, before you remove your conditions, put it back. So you have an inspection period, and in your inspection period, you have the buyer's response, right? So before you cancel or before your IP is over, you're going to respond with, hey, I either need a reduction or I'm going to need this or that. So here's what, if you do sell it, what I would say you do is either ask for a reduction or ask for them to reintroduce the assignability clause into the contract. And that's when I would just say to them, hey, look, the numbers were too tight for me. So I'm bringing in a financial partner and we're going to move it to that entity. So we're moving forward. You have a deal. We're moving forward. It's just going to be in this entity name. So let's do an addendum or let's reintroduce the assignability clause and then we'll move forward.
Okay. Well, that's easy enough.
Yeah, you can always get yourself back in. Anything can be reintroduced into an agreement during your contingency period. Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe. And here's a quick word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by Privy. Privy is an incredible software that'll help you find deeply discounted deals on the MLS. Yeah, they actually exist there. Click the link in the description. Now stop watching me and go watch me.
Yeah, I just was in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, well, if they can't assign it, got to double close it. And then of course that costs more money. So, but yeah, that's so easy. A chronic overthinker sometimes.
No, it's you just assume that if we've already taken it off the table, then it can't be put back on the table again. And you've got three little kids that'll show you that how everything that you put on the table or that they take off the table or you take off the table can find its way back on the table without your permission or needing anything. And so you get shown this lesson every day, probably 3 times a day.
Oh God, yeah, easily. It's like you turn around and there the stuff is again. I'm like, I just cleaned that up. Yep. Where you're constantly negotiating with your kids and you can constantly negotiate with your sellers. It works the same way. Thanks for watching another one of my YouTube videos. Now it's your turn to go out and take some action. But before you do, like and subscribe to my channel because the law of reciprocity means you owe me, bitch.